What's up, everybody? And today we're checking out my RPG-7 exploded on me in slow motion. This is going to be an interesting one to watch. On the top, so I reacted to the Brandon Herrera video of him firing an RPG into a ballistic dummy yesterday. And the top comment was to watch this video. Now, I've not seen this video, but I've known about this video for quite some time. My video keeps unfocusing. Focus video. But I've been hesitant to watch it because it's probably going to get restricted monetization on it. And so, with that being said, Ballistic High Speed, I'm going to leave a link down below to the original video. Make sure you go over to the original video, give it a like, give it a subscribe, all that good stuff. Really, really important that you do that. And then also, while you're here, like my video and subscribe and all that good stuff as well. Before we get started, as always, check out Chug. Listen, it's hot as balls here in the UK right now. It is hot. So you need to keep your beverage cold, and this is the best way to do it. 10% off, link down below for the best drinking vessel in the world. They're selling like absolute crazy right now because summer's here. You get free customization, free bag. The inside comes out, which you're never going to see this on another tanker. So you can protect your wood. Always protect your wood. And it ships to America, and it comes with a bag, and you're supporting small businesses. So do it. There's a reason it's been a channel sponsor for so long. Also, if you haven't already seen, I made a business. I actually made a business. This drink, it's nice. It's called, listen, it's early morning for me. That's why I've got bags under my eyes. I've got to record early because this conservatory is going to get humid today. It's going to get hot. So wake up. Crack open a can of... Oh, look at the condensation. It's cold. Oh. Perfection. Have I got anything else to say? Because it's been 2 minutes. I'm doing a charity walk. I'm doing a charity walk to raise money to fight cancer in the Highlands of Scotland, in the area where my ancestors grew up, killing. It's like a walk about yeah. I'll leave a link down below. Go check it out. It's sick. I'm going to be doing it in a kill. It's going to be a ton of fun. All right. Let's see what happens here, shall we? Let's turn subbies on.
All right. Are you sure you're ready? Let's do it. Okay.
Oh, so this is the guy that got hit.
2, 1.
Warning, this video contains shocking graphic footage that's been shown for medical and educational purposes. Yeah, be careful if
you
you're
didn't read
squeamish.
that warning, again, let me reiterate, do not watch this video if you are faint of heart. This video does contain some shocking footage. It's potentially triggering to PTSD victims. This is for medical, educational purposes only. We would never glorify this for any reason. This is a pretty unfortunate accident, but
I really like when channels actually go ahead and explain that at the start of the video, because there's so many videos that do the gore stuff just for views, especially someone who watches military content. People try and like monetize off that, and so the fact that they're actually like disclaiming this and telling people and warning people first is really admirable.
Are ready to go over the footage together and see what we can learn from it, talk about safety, talk about our plans for the future. And there is a chance that some of this is still going to be censored. We're not sure at the time of recording how much will be censored, but we want to keep our channel. And if we put up too much graphic content, there's a chance the entire channel gets demonetized. And
True.
Because of that, if you do see some censored content, that's why the entire unedited, uncensored footage will be available on Patreon if that's the case. That's pretty much the only way we can do this while still keeping our channel. So our link to Patreon will be in the description below, and you can go watch it there. But again, do not watch it if you can't handle this, because it is very shocking. He's okay with showing the footage that's here. He wants to watch it. He wants to show you guys so we can learn from it. So Adam is back and thankfully recovering.
I have returned indeed.
He has. You said 1 like and I'll come back, and here you are.
Yes. I did get at least one.
One like.
I'm not sure.
How would you say you're doing now?
A lot.
His arms are still wrapped up. Luckily, it looks like there's no face damage there. Obviously, he's wearing a t-shirt, so you can't see what's happened to the rest of his torso, but his arms look pretty ripped up, I'm guessing. He's got 2 things over both arms.
Better. Still takes a lot of wound care. I don't think I'm out of the woods on that yet. Probably still got a solid few months on that. The nerve stuff, never know. We'll get into that later.
Yeah, people have seen the footage, but it's been blurred. We've done some updates on the hospital and everything, but before we watch it, if you don't know what's going on right now, stop watching this. Our last video has all of the context. We were firing different launchers. We had a Carl Gustav M2 launcher and the RPG-7.
Yep.
And we had a catastrophic failure during launching basically the final shot of the day.
Of course.
So yeah, if you don't know what's going
The
on, please go
final
watch
shot
last
of the day.
episode and then return if you feel like you can handle watching what happened.
We were studying the effects of the backblast from RPGs because they are extremely dangerous.
As we saw,
This is why, like, range safety is so important for everyone involved. Like, even something as simple as a handgun or a small rifle, things can go wrong. You're having tiny explosions with handguns in your hands to make a round go forward. And in an RPG's case, you've got quite a significant explosion happening within a small space that you're holding in your hands. It's a very, very dangerous bit of kit. And people who, like, treat weapons as if they're nothing, they're going to eventually get hurt, whether it be from a negligible discharge or some sort of error within the mechanics of the weapon. It's just inevitable that stuff like that happens.
with the ballistic hand.
Yeah, and then as we were doing it
Oh, that's
to
cool.
a head, I remember counting down to 1, and then next thing I knew, I was on the ground and my arms were entirely black. These aren't sleeves, these are all bandages. They used to be all the way up, but this one's healing pretty good. The rocket launcher basically exploded.
I've unfortunately seen this footage several times. I had to
poor
save all the
soul.
footage and, you know, edit it and prepare all these clips for you. But you've seen
That would have been quite
nothing
difficult for
other than
him.
your memories of like the aftermath.
And then the same centered one that is in the previous episode. Yep.
Correct.
I also, for you guys, I haven't seen any of my gear. I've seen the
wow.
launcher because we got it demilled and sent to us, and I've put it back in the configuration that it was found on the ground. So when we get to the launcher, that's exactly how it was.
It's interesting that he's like the having him see this for the first time on the channel as well. Very interesting way of doing it.
All right, so I already know what to expect with this, and it's already making my heart kind of go. So I'm mostly curious how this is going to go for you. You've been deployed, you've seen stuff before, but it's going to be different when it's you and you're watching it.
And when we were in Texas, I talked to Scott from Kentucky Ballistics, who went through something very similar, and he kind of warned me of that too.
All right.
So I guess we'll see. What's this going to be first? Like, is this slow-mo? Is this normal
This
I think he's talking about the Kentucky Ballistics one where he shot the weapon and it blew up in his face. If you haven't seen that video, that one's quite horrendous as well.
This is the normal footage from the red camera, which is our main normal angle, and you'll hear your countdown as you remember, and it'll happen.
So are we going to see it as well?
You know, we can talk about this shot however much you want, however many times you want to see it, and then we can move on to high speed. And yeah, so
all right.
we'll just see what we can do as far as what we can learn from this. This is the 3, 2, 1 word.
Okay. All right.
Are you sure you're ready?
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Goes without saying, please be careful who you're watching this around as well. All right. If you're in a space, a social space, and there's other people, family members who are military or not military, please be very aware of this stuff. My head, I think, is in the wrong space here for the thing, but I don't think it worries too much. I think that most of the people who are watching this have already seen it.
3, 2, 1.
Shit. Call
And then
911.
here comes all the
Oh,
swear
fuck.
words in the response.
Oh shit, what do we do? What's bleeding? It's his face. Call 911. I'll call it.
I don't know if you can see there, but
So I'm trying to like pass together what I've seen there. It didn't. So I was expecting a lot more pieces to be removed. If you get what I'm saying. Luckily, that wasn't the case. What it looked like from his face was it's the shock of the actual explosion, like the wave of explosion, more than shrapnel hitting him. That's what it looked like in that video then. And mostly probably the flames as well, more than anything. which I am interested to see what the weapon looks like after it now.
Like my body was already like tremoring. And...
Holy shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can already see. I've got skin grafts right there.
Yeah.
So it's not showing that, obviously.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, that rocked my shit.
You want me to pull it back?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get into some of this in the high speed, but I mean, you're inside an explosion.
Yeah.
For an instant, and it throws you.
There isn't a second of that I could see on that first one where there was no attempt to catch myself. I'm instantaneously out. Like
you're done. Like you are immediately unconscious as far as I can tell.
That was nuts.
Wow.
All right. You gonna see it again?
Yep.
Okay.
See it
3,
again.
2,
Oh my God.
1.
Dude, I can't even see my helmet leave frame.
I know.
Shit. Call 911. Oh fuck. Oh shit. What do we do? What's bleeding? It's his
Another
face.
thing I want to point out while I'm thinking about it. So when people experience trauma in terms of like blunt force trauma, it's not uncommon for your body to seize up in whatever position it was in. Something that happened to you, you can see it right here, like your right hand that was grasping that front handle there clamped up in that way. So when you're laying there, keep in mind this camera was way off further left than we were. So it can see your fingers there. We couldn't. So one of the things what we saw was your burnt arm and then nothing.
Oh.
So there was all sorts of things of like, did this happen? Did that happen? Kind of thing.
3,
Oh my God, they're going to show it again. For God's
2,
sake.
1.
Yeah, that's brutal. That is absolutely brutal. But it doesn't, like, again, it doesn't look like he's lost, like, any, you know, obviously he's had skin grafts and stuff, so he would have lost bits of skin. But from what I've seen, it looks more like the impacts of the explosion itself, the shockwave, and then flames. Like, it doesn't look like bits of weapons come off and hit him, which is good. Or at least that's what it doesn't look like in this video. We're going to find out. When we were watching the Kentucky Ballistics one where he shot the weapon and it blew up, part of it like hit his face and like went in him, and that's why he nearly died. So I think
That's when you start gaining consciousness.
Oh, fuck.
Again. So I would say
Oh,
probably
shit. What do we
10,
do?
15 seconds you were
It's
unconscious.
his face.
Do you have recollection of that at all? Of like
No, not yet.
Okay.
Nope.
Because the first thing I saw when like my eyes met your face was your jaw definitely got like shoved somewhere it's not supposed to be. The lower part of this part of your jaw had like moved out and it was pushing your skin out some, and the bottom part of your jaw, what's that bone there? Is that the mandible?
I think so.
Okay, the whole bottom part of your face was a bit sideways.
Yeah.
And then seeing all the burns and thinking for a second maybe you lost your hand, and the smoke and just like the shock setting in, it was like, what actually happened here?
It was probably really traumatic for his friends as well, to be honest with you.
I mean, the launcher looks like it left too.
Oh, it went up. It went up
that's
in the
not
air.
where I was.
Yeah, it launched.
Mental.
What was that?
We're calling 911.
For what?
We're calling 911.
For what?
You're bleeding.
From where?
You're bleeding from inside
He's
your
doing
head.
the right thing there, holding me down.
Yep. Do you have memory of this?
I don't think yet.
So you just turned off your own mic there accidentally, and then it
Okay.
comes back on later. But what's interesting here is your brain knows something's wrong, obviously.
Right.
And I think the first thing that kicks in for you with your medical training is figure out what's wrong and help. And it's weird because you're the person that needs the help.
Yeah, so he didn't even know that something happened to him, and then he's like, "Where am I bleeding from?"
So you're asking like, what happened? And then when Todd says we're calling 911, you're asking like, what for? Like, why? So I don't know if that's like your brain's shock and confusion, or if your brain is still trying to figure out like, who do we need to help? Like, what's going on?
Probably.
Like, do you
just
remember
more-
asking those questions?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Wow.
What is all that smoke from?
Fire extinguisher.
Oh,
the back
okay.
blast set off a small fire behind you.
Okay. Did I just ask if it blew up?
Jesus.
Is that what you asked?
I think so.
What happened? It blew up?
But I said it all jacked up because my jaw was crooked.
Is it weird seeing yourself like?
It's very
It's
weird.
like, it's
That must be surreal because he's in a position there where he could very easily have died. And so to see you in that position must be very like Yeah, it must be surreal. It must be so weird.
It's a memory that doesn't exist for you, but it's you.
Yeah, I don't remember any of this.
Okay. Because you're about to see one of the first memories that you've told me about, which is talking about the medical bag. and
Yeah.
what to get out of it. That's coming up soon. So that's probably, let's see, it's been over 2 minutes since it happened.
Oh,
So
wow.
that much
Wow.
of your memories, at least right now, doesn't exist.
It is interesting how the brain works like that, how it kind of like deletes memories that it doesn't want you to remember.
In my truck.
First aid is in this truck. He said. We have
Okay,
first aid.
is that where your memory comes back? No?
Inside
The
the
trauma's gonna be on his right side, right here. Where my
inside the
hand- that's
big
where the
bucket.
blast was.
there's a wall.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Yep.
So your memory took 3.5 minutes to come back.
Good grief. Oh, you can't see it. I'm digging. Okay. Because I remember digging in the bag.
Just off
it's just
camera?
off camera. Okay.
Yeah. This has to be surreal for you because you never saw at least your face from an outside perspective
No.
until you were like in the hospital.
In the trauma bay, yeah.
But for a while there, that laceration in your face was bleeding so much it was
Oh, so he did have a laceration in his face. Oh, yeah, you can see it there, can't you? So he did have a cut on his face. Huh.
down on your neck. And I think that was confusing some people. They thought your neck was bleeding. So they were applying
Oh.
pressure there first until it was more obvious it was coming from your cheek.
Gotcha.
I don't have any medical allergies.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
Any heart things you need to know about?
Nope, no
Okay.
heart conditions, no medical allergies. I'm probably dehydrated.
Okay.
Can we get?
It's incredible that he is going through the motion. This is why in military training you go over it and over it and over it and over it, and it becomes second nature. So that in positions like this where his brain is just mashed potato at this point, he knows what to do. He's like, I'm probably dehydrated. My bag is in this part of the truck. That's incredible.
Probably going to give you saline immediately.
They're gonna say an IV when they get here.
Is my right arm burned?
My right arm.
Okay, is there more of that? The big ones? So this is when we start smearing all the stuff all over you, applying these pads. And
About this time was, I think my brain kind of went, okay, like someone else is doing the things that I was wanting to get done, and then I don't remember.
Kinda
much after
drifted
that.
off.
Yep. But you said I stayed up and talked, and
yeah. So about this is when I thought I should probably turn off the cameras because it didn't feel like the right thing to do. And then later I went and turned the camera back on because I'm like, this should probably be documented.
okay.
But was it on high speed?
I don't even know or care.
Or care.
There is a little bit more of later on. This is you being treated.
Oh, okay. So we got like actual. Looks
Yeah.
like law
Okay,
enforcement
you
showed
can
up
see.
first.
Yeah, so he's obviously got like burns all over his arms and stuff, but it doesn't look like too many full on like cuts, which is good.
First, and then
Do you remember this? Sitting there and talking to officers?
nope. After the like kind of first aid stuff, I don't remember anything until the helicopter.
Okay. So yeah, they kind of just look you over until the helicopter gets there, make sure you're covered up, and this shot isn't as slow
Wow.
as we normally do. For this, we had the flex camera, 3,000 frames a second to see everything, and then the 2512 was like close in on like this area.
Okay.
So this isn't going to give us like hyper detail, but it's still, we're going to see something.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Shit.
Yep.
There goes his helmet. Oh
It's-
my god.
It's like a war movie shot. Like it's
Even his webbing's
It's
kind of
one of
like
those things
just
you can't
completely
fake,
taken off.
basically. It's
Michael Bay eats your heart out.
Also,
Yeah,
it looks
look.
like the paint of the RPG is like come off.
There's the plate.
yeah. Let me
Or is it a
look
plate?
at
Is that what it
back.
is?
Holy shit.
It looks like paint.
So-
Or maybe it's just this part of the RPG itself. So where did the actual fault happen? It must have happened here, somewhere near the trigger. And the explosion must have just took something off here in it. Yeah.
Oh, it started.
Yeah. Yeah, it come out here somewhere, the explosion. It failed here on the weapon. Obviously, a lot of the explosion still went out the back, which is good. But it failed here.
It started normal.
Yeah.
I mean, rocket's moving. We can see some propulsion coming. So It, like,
Oh, so it was also going
it didn't
forward.
instantaneously malfunction. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
This is the first glimpse of it going off.
Yeah, look, it's like bulging. And look at all that fight. Like, I don't have a beard now, but they shaved that off.
Yeah. No,
I lost almost no hair.
You had basically your full facial hair intact, and I was very surprised.
That's crazy.
How
Like,
in
look,
the hell?
like you're in
Oh my
flames for a
dude.
while. If you saw this footage and didn't have any context,
You'd
would you
think-
not have thought like that would kill a person?
Yeah, you would think they would die. They died, wouldn't you?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, it's no wonder all the doctors told me they thought I should be dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's worth saying, like, your helmet got blown off of you.
Incredible.
Your eye protection got blown off of you. Your plate carrier vest unfolded. Your plate flew out. Your
Wait,
bracelet
his plate flew out? Was that at the back here?
got thrown off.
I did
Wow.
find that. So
Wow.
the helmet, you can see I don't have it strapped. I didn't like buckle my chin strap, but that one has a headband retention. It tightens like a hard hat.
Okay.
So I mean, it was tensioned to my head. It wasn't just like plopped on there with nothing holding it on. It was tensioned.
Crazy.
Oh man, that launcher went high.
Yeah. And it's like actively flaming out of the failure point.
And then
Yeah,
just
it's still
absolutely
flaming
ran.
out of it.
You can tell you were unconscious because you're not grimacing. Like,
Yeah,
you're just
no,
you're
that's-
just falling.
Jesus.
So about 2 to 3 milliseconds, you were engulfed in like raw explosive flames, which isn't a long time in terms of footage, but that's all it takes.
But
I
if
mean, it doesn't have to be long, does it?
you think of the injury list that I listed: TBI, a traumatic brain injury, a temporal skull fracture causing a brain bleed.
Oh
cheekbone
my
was
God.
broken in 2 places. My jaw may have been like dislocated or misaligned. A laceration to my cheek. Anywhere from 10 to 15% of my upper extremities were 3rd-degree burns requiring skin grafts. Small fragmentations throughout.
It all happened in 2 to 3 minutes.
So obviously loads of fragmentations. I think he's just really lucky that part of that RPG didn't like come apart and lacerate on his neck or on his torso or on his face. Like the fact that it's mostly burns. Obviously, he's got a fractured skull with brain bleeding, which is probably the. I'm presuming I'm not any doctor, but I'm presuming that was probably the most worrying part of it. But the fact that none of that weapon lacerated him in I mean, you're holding it here. You're holding it on the most like vital part of your body. The fact that this stayed intact, that is a miracle.
3 milliseconds.
Yep. I mean, you can even see the first frame that you start to get hit, like it contacting your shoulder and wrapping around your hand. Like this right here
Always do your chin strap up, lads. Always do your chin strap up.
is the last millisecond of you unharmed.
Right.
And then
I think he's lucky that a lot of the explosions still went out the back. Because if it didn't, and it all came out here, which it's just a tube pretty much at this point, so it's going to come out the back. But if it didn't, that's more force that would have come out here and hit him.
the next millisecond, you're already being harmed right there.
That's nuts.
Like even here, your body doesn't know it's happened yet.
Nope.
Nobody knows it's happened yet, even if they were watching it with their eyes. So the big question is, what caused this? And I think the main things that we can rule out that people wondered about was, A, did the ballistic head prevent it from venting quickly enough to cause it? So if we go back to the first high-speed angle here, by the time the blast is hitting the dummy in the head, it's already
Failed.
exploded.
Yeah, it's already
So
failed.
it's just now touching the dummy, and the entire rest of the launcher is already
It's already
exploding.
gone.
So we can at least rule that out. The other thing is,
Some people had talked about the smoke around the trigger
That's
pad.
right.
Yeah.
in order to reactivate it, you have to basically drill or mill out that previously welded in rod, put
Ooh.
your own firing pin in, and kind of weld that in place.
Yep.
So
New trigger pad.
there's always a chance that it's not perfectly sealed and you'll get a little bit of smoke venting out. So in no way
Interesting.
does that contribute to the failure. There are sometimes places that smoke will vent out.
The rocket's moving, so that wasn't like jammed in there.
Right, no, it wasn't jammed at all. Kind of proper procedure.
It must have just been a fault, like a the RPG failing at some sort of weak welding or joint or pin that probably I don't know that the mechanics of an RPG. But there must have been some point of failure within that kind of groove between where it looks wood and the metal. There must be some sort of welding or separation there for it to
For
happen.
these launchers is that you should clean them pretty often. So RPGs that'll fail out in the field are ones that have been fired so many times they get gunked up on the inside. There's metal fatigue that happens over time.
Okay.
So that's a normal thing that can happen, but it wasn't the case here. I think we cleaned it with both like actual solvent cleaners and the cleaning rod every 3 shots. So it's worth mentioning a little bit more specifically about how RPG launchers are reactivated by different companies. In our case, they went in and did the re-weld.
So this is a reactivated RPG, which means that it was decommissioned and then recommissioned after it.
They also pressure test it and x-ray the welds to, check that they are good, high quality welds.
I wonder if the people who reactivated it are going to be questioned because of this.
And then the inside of the tube is then re-sleeved with basically another metal tube inside of it. So basically this launcher is about as good as it gets when it comes to reactivated launchers. However, a weld is still a weld. And that means that around the weld is a little bit more brittle than an actual completely new tube. So there's a very small inherent risk in working with welds. So even after pressure testing it, x-raying the welds, re-sleeving it, there are still things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
It might be worth talking about the booster itself a little bit more. So basically, all boosters, depending on the length, the size, they're always separated by sequential charges. I think it's usually separated by wood or cardboard.
This is really interesting to watch because I already don't know the anatomy of an RPG. Like, I don't know the way that an RPG fires, right? And so that alone is quite an interesting thing to learn from this video. But then also, what's really important when you're doing weapons training, and this is why in the Royal Marines, you get given the weapon and you do the training on it for weeks before you even get on a range, because you need to know these weapons like the back of your hand. It's so important to know exactly where things can go falter, because then you can keep an eye on them things. You can say, okay, well, this needs cleaning here, because if you don't do that, then this will happen. And you've got to be careful of this part happening. And I need to know how to change all these different pieces and what the names of them are so I can go to the armory and ask for them. Like, it's all so important. It does make you wonder, how... Was there any way that you could have seen this RPG before he fired it and thought, you know what, that's going to fail right there? These are professionals, so probably not, to be honest with you.
Firing pin comes in through here, and it initiates the first part of the blast.
Oh.
So it's by sequentially, sort of like a firework, sequentially moving through these different stages of the booster. That's what allows it to launch.
Interesting.
Okay. And so
build pressure in this chamber while it goes down the...
Yeah, so it's moving itself while it's moving through fuel, essentially. So in our case, a normal black powder booster might have 6 sequential charges in it that allows it to launch. There are longer ones that might have 8 charges or 12 charges.
Wow.
Basically, however much mass you need to move or how far you want the rocket to go could dictate how long of a booster you need. In our case, our warheads were CNC machined real metal warheads instead of the thinner stamped or even printed rocket heads. So for the lighter ones, you might only need a short booster. In our case, we had a longer booster. So after examining all of the high-speed footage, after looking over the inside of the launcher, what basically happened here was the beginning part of the booster failed, which cascaded into the rest of the booster. A properly reactivated, high-quality launcher should still be able to handle that. However, there is now the chance that if part of the booster detaches from the rocket as it is moving out of the front of the launcher, it can then butt up against and even seal the venturi part of the tube. And what that means is there is no longer anywhere for a lot of that pressure to go. And it all builds up at once, caused an immense amount of pressure. And the first place for that pressure to vent was the weld points. And that caused it to vent downward and into Adam's arm, his chest, basically.
Wow, interesting. So if anything, it's a fault of whoever they've got the ammunition from, really. But then again, this might be just something, you know, every round, every explosive has a risk to it that it could happen. Something bad could happen to it. So,
body. The weld acted as a release point by it failing. If it had not failed, this could have become like other videos on the internet where the launcher completely grenades. If you look closely at the failure, it's not the weld itself, which is usually almost a perfect rectangle that's cut into it. It is around the weld where the metal inherently becomes slightly more brittle. And they try to make up for this by re-sleeving it. But when you're dealing with this much pressure in such a short amount of time, and it can no longer vent through the venturi as it's supposed to, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it does make you wonder that if that weld wasn't there and this fault happened with the explosive, if the actual RPG itself, instead of it all coming out of the weld, if it exploded the RPG, he could have had shrapnel in vital, but he could have definitely died. So it might have been better that this weld was there to release that pressure more than anything else.
And I had quite a bit of downtime in the hospital. I Googled around, and if you go to enough websites, I saw some other RPG failures that looked a lot like that. And then as you can see, somebody, not me, found as many pieces of the...
You weren't crawling around finding stuff.
Found as much of the furniture as they could.
Some of this got splintered into oblivion, but I mean, it's about how that's...
You've got to put that on your wall or something, haven't you? After, like, being exploded by it, you would have to, like... I don't know. I'd have it on my wall. That's the RPG that blew me up.
It works. So it's one of those things where high-speed footage gives us a decent glimpse at what happened, but it's only going to be educated guesses. And this is based on all of the footage we've looked at, different people we've talked to. This is our best educated guess. And I feel like that's probably what happened.
I think so.
Do you want to look at your equipment you were wearing?
Did this come out before or after Brandon Herrera's video that I reacted to yesterday? Because it does make you wonder. He fired what looked like an American kind of version of the RPG, but which I forgot what he mentioned it was called. And it does make me wonder if he fired that knowing that it was safer than firing something like this.
Oh, absolutely. I already see a lot going on here.
Yeah. So this is basically everything that helped protect your life.
Yep.
And just because of how production works sometimes, we already filmed multiple episodes with high explosive rockets beforehand.
Yep.
So it just happened to be that production worked out that way. And you'll see a lot of our safety in those other videos. We didn't even shoot the things off our shoulders. We had them mounted to something with a pull string.
Yeah, neither of us actually fired a high explosive rocket.
Not once.
Wow.
So we were about as safe as possible as you can be while still getting to at least fire a rocket once or twice. And the accident still happened. So I'm hoping this is a good reminder to anybody that works with firearms, explosives, any of this stuff, that no matter how safe you try to be consciously, there's always a risk of something going wrong. And it's not even something you may have overlooked. It's just like when you buy ammunition, there might be a bullet that is loaded a bit too much, or a firework that had a little bit too much powder in it, or whatever.
Yeah, again, there's always a risk, unfortunately, with firing weapons. That's why they're dangerous, and that's why you got to be careful. That's why you got to learn range safety and all these other, bits and bobs. And that's why there's always got to be a medic on the scene when you're firing this stuff, because there's always room for error, not from the individual, but from the weapon itself.
Might be.
In the episode that we released, we talked about using prototype rounds. None of the RPG-7s were prototype rounds. We were discussing the Carl Gustav rounds.
Yes.
And even then, I probably shouldn't have used the term prototype.
Yeah.
They had been tested numerous times already. So those weren't things that we were just bringing out and firing for the first.
The only thing they did not have yet was the way the casing vents out the back to make it recoilless. Everything else was proper.
I think there's like a different fuse because there was a little bit of a delay between the two. But so none of the RPG stuff was prototype. That was all very standard.
Especially the boosters. Boosters are like the same boosters you'd use for any test.
I do wonder how often. So I am really snotty, guys. I've got allergies, unfortunately. I never used to. I had them when I was a kid, and then when I went into the Royal Marines and I was super fit, I stopped having allergies, and now I have them again. Don't understand it. Anyway, I digress. It does make me wonder what the percentage of failure is to something like this, an RPG, and is it higher than what an average explosion is? Is it higher than the average grenade failure? Is it higher than the average javelin failure, which I'm presuming it is? A javelin's a bit more higher tech. Is it higher than the average round failure? It must be, right?
Right. Yeah. Todd, who's been in this industry for a long time, he gave us like the best chance at success at this. It was his launcher. Nothing about his launcher caused this failure, which I think is important to point out. It's just like a gun. Like, you give it the wrong ammo, it's not the gun's fault.
Yeah.
We gave it a booster that ended up failing, and
Yep, and I still talk to Todd daily.
Yep.
We're still friends. He has decided to leave the industry. He did a lot of machine gun rentals and then launcher stuff. Being there, it affects people different ways in
That's sad.
seeing things like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you've kind of talked to me about, it's like, it can be difficult. I mean, and so he discussed it with his family, and between himself and his family, they decided to get out of the business.
That isn't guilt. We need to point that out.
Right, yes. Nope, it was just a decision that they made. So you will notice he closed down all of his social medias and
That's
his website
sad,
and
isn't
everything.
it?
We had a few people point that out to us.
He obviously was really affected that, like, because of what happened, and that's really sad.
We're aware.
Yep.
He told us he was doing it.
That is his way of handling what is essentially a bit of mental trauma from this.
Yeah,
That is his
definitely.
way of handling it. That's a totally personal thing, and we're going to let him do that. That's what he needs to do. We all handle it differently, and that was his method. Yeah, Todd's still a good friend of ours.
Absolutely.
So please don't think that him doing that stuff was in any way guilt on his part, because
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be like if I didn't post this video just because that was my way of handling it. That's not guilt. That's just, it's different when you see videos on the internet of accidents and stuff. When it's your friend right in front of you, it's different. So
Yeah, definitely.
just
100%.
have some respect, and just give people space when they need it, I would say.
Yeah.
So as you guys
This video has really, really, really surprised me. This is not what I expected whatsoever.
can
I'll
see,
explain in a
we're
minute.
back at the range. We have a few high explosive rocket episodes still coming out. Thankfully, we're filmed before the accident.
Yep.
So we still have some content to come, but we are ready to move forward. And as a way that you guys could support us moving forward, a way to support his healing and medical bills, things like that, we have a new line of merchandise that just came out. And if you guys want to buy that, that is a great way to directly support him and get something back in return to show your support for the channel.
Absolutely. Yep, it's over on Bunker Branding. We got hooked up.
back
We get
fast.
to work with those guys. Great group of people. Once
Bit of cheerfulness in the face of adversity there. You've got to
you
enjoy
head
it.
over there, or maybe you're going to flash it on the screen, you'll see that you can get our classic stuff. And then also, in good fashion, I made a meme shirt. And before anybody freaks out,
As they do in the gun industry.
it was my idea. This isn't, like anybody taking advantage of the situation. I came up with it. Bryce made it a reality, but it was my idea because this isn't going to stop me. I'm back. We're going to go full tilt. I mean, I've still got, a little bit of a limp and things, but
Yeah, we'll take things slow.
We're not done. We believe in this channel. We think it's doing extremely well. All thanks to everybody that hits that
Wow.
subscribe button. And
Hats
sticks
off to him
around.
to cracking
There's
on
been
with
an
it.
immeasurable amount of positive support lately
Yeah.
for you. We pretty well believe that we have found our core audience of people that enjoy our content and believe in us. We believe in us too, so that means a lot to us. So we're going to keep moving forward, and Patreon is a great way to support us. That's going to start getting some exclusive content over there. This entire episode is going to go into more detail.
Obviously, if you're watching this from my perspective, from my channel, and you haven't seen this video or this channel before, again, there'll be a link down below to the original video. Make sure you go over there, give it some love.
Basically an extended cut.
I like his Star Wars tattoos. Like what I've got, a big Darth Vader on my arm. He's got do you see Star Wars tattoos then?
Of going
Sick.
into more detail on your armor and stuff, what that went through, a little bit more detail about your injuries, even an exclusive angle of the high speed in that cut. So
Oh, look at
there's
that.
another shot, 100,000 frames a second, that hasn't been shown in this one. We just wanted to make sure this video could get up, explain to you all exactly what happened, at least to the best of our knowledge, and then just move forward. Bring the next couple months are going to have some pretty wild episodes, so if you guys would not mind subscribing now, you're going to get some excellent content coming well into 2024.
we try to
Interesting.
keep
I've
things-
never seen this channel before. Obviously, we've reacted to so many different military channels, haven't we? Like, you know, Brandon Herrera, all the gun. We reacted to all the gun YouTubers at this point, nearly anyway. I'm sure. We've done the Fat Electrician, all this other stuff, and I've never seen ballistic high speed. I've never seen this channel before, so maybe it's something we can watch a bit more of in the future and promote them a bit more.
kind of clean and professional on this main channel. If you want to see us a little bit more uncensored, go check out the Unsubscribed podcast. We had some beers.
Oh,
with the boys
nice.
and we kind of let some
Yeah,
jokes fly.
they're awesome people. So yeah, so
Sick.
thank you guys for watching. Head over to Unsubscribe. Consider supporting us on Patreon for extra content, and consider supporting us with merchandise. I think that new shirt's going to be really cool.
I think the shirt's cool. I really like the sticker too. Yeah.
Yeah, so again, I've got a link down below. Make sure you subscribe to their channel. Absolutely phenomenal video, and it's really surprised me how much, instead of just being like, here's the explosion, it was really cool, they've got into the educational part of not only the actual damage that the explosion did to this guy. I'm not sure, was it Adam? Adam, I think his name was. But also like the way the weapon works and its failure points, both from the weapon and the rocket itself. Really educational and really impressive. I'm genuinely like really impressed with the video content. Ballistic High Speed, again, I've not seen their channel before. At least I don't think I have. But maybe we can watch some more in the future. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Absolutely phenomenal video. Check out Chug if you haven't already. Selling like hotcakes. Link down below. And check out my business, Morale, if you want to get yourself some drinks. Only available in the UK, unfortunately. The clothing's available for around the world. And we've got something really cool coming up with Morale, which I'm very excited for. And also, last thing, down in the description, you'll see that charity that I'm doing a hike in the Highlands of Scotland to raise some money for cancer research. Other than that, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.